Okay, let's talk power surges and surge protectors. A power surge is a temporary increase in voltage in an electrical system that can last from milliseconds to minutes. Every home experiences several dozen power surges every day. These power surges can damage and weaken electrical components, which will shorten their lifespan and can cause an outright failure. A surge protector picks up the excess voltage and diverts it to ground, where it can be dispersed without causing any damage to the equipment. We should be talking with customers about this anytime we work on a machine that doesn't have one. Pointing out that the $500 TV or the $800 computer have one and the $10,000 air conditioner doesn't is usually all that conversation takes. Surge protectors can be recommended as a preventative repair on its own or as an add-on to a repair caused by power outages. Think popped fuse or breaker calls after a storm. Once you have approval to install one, it's time to gather tools and parts. This is a fairly simple install that doesn't require much more than a pair of journeyman pliers, a screwdriver, and your multimeter. Start by turning power off at the breaker and confirming power is off at the disconnect. Always confirm power is off. Finding out the breaker is bad the fun way is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Pick a knockout in the disconnect box and punch it out with your pliers. Then grab and wiggle the loose piece of metal to remove it cleanly. Install the surge protector through the hole and thread the lock nut into position. You can use a flathead screwdriver and lever it against the disconnect box to tighten it up snugly. Quite often you'll find surge protectors wired directly into the line side and ground lugs. This can cause a fire if the connections were to loosen over time. Best practice is to trim the lines as short as they can be, wire net them together, and pigtail the connections to the lugs. Take this opportunity to tighten the lugs on the load side of the disconnect as well. Taking the time to take that extra step to do the work correctly and cleanly is what's going to make us stand out and turn that customer into a customer for life. At this point, you can put the box back together and turn power on and reinstall the disconnect. Make sure the machine is running and police any trash before you leave.